If Daniel Ricciardo had never left Red Bull, the entire history of Formula One and the grid as we know it would be different. I talked about this really in depth on the podcast this week, but when Daniel Ricciardo left Red Bull in 2018 because he didn't want to play second to Max, he set off a series of events that completely changed our grid. Daniel moved to Renault, which if you're new to the world of cargo fast is now known as Alpine. For him to be able to make that move, Carlos Sainz moved from Renault over to McLaren, where Gasly was promoted from Red Bull's junior team up to take Daniel's seat, which led to Alex Albon getting his first shot in Formula One, replacing Pierre Gasly on the junior team. But before the 2019 season was even over, Red Bull did a driver swap, putting Alex Albon on the main Red Bull seat. Alex drove for Red Bull for 2019 and 2020, but in 2021 he was demoted to a reserve driver and replaced by Checo Perez. Carlos Sainz moved from McLaren to Ferrari, allowing Daniel Ricciardo to move from Renault to McLaren, and was ultimately dropped for 2023, which led to McLaren poaching Oscar Piastri from Alpine for 2023, which also led to an opening for Pierre Gasly to then move to Alpine, where he was partnered with his old rival Esteban Ocon, which again opened up a seat at VCARB, which Nick de Vries filled. However, shortly into his debut season, Nick was replaced by Daniel Ricciardo, who then shortly thereafter had a crash, broke his wrist and was unable to drive, and was replaced by reserve driver Liam Lawson, giving him his first shot at Formula One to prove himself. Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon's teammate dynamic ended up being a factor in Esteban leaving Alpine and moving to Haas next year. Liam Lawson may not have gotten a shot at Formula One, and neither may have Alex Albon. Not only would the grid look entirely different, but a Red Bull pairing with Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo may have been a team that would have been unbeatable. If Daniel Ricciardo had never left, do you think Red Bull would have been unbeatable?